Clownvergence, Clownvergence. We're getting together to make the world better. Clownvergence, Clownvergence. We'll make you laugh and play. We'll take your blues away.
Now, I had to do that. I don't know if you heard that or not with my my computer musician thing on, but I played completely with everybody earlier today with my audio off. And so if there's any heyoka in me, that showed up right there because I was really thinking I was playing with everybody, and actually I was just playing by myself. What a wonderful way to start the day, and all conferences, especially in the academy, should start this way. I want to say that the three themes that have been presented to us for community and gifting being part of the humor, that three-legged stool: humor, community, and gifting. What you're talking about is how we lived for 99% of human history, up until maybe around 10,000 years ago, when we got rid of our nature-based languages and started creating human-based languages, got human-centered and began to forget the sentience all around us. And so I think one of the things, in fact, this is, if you go on worldviewliteracy.org, I'll put that in the chat box for you. You can download this. But this is the scholarship on dominant worldview manifestations and indigenous worldview, which we see as a complementary, because all opposites are ultimately complementary. But number 30 says humor is too often used for put-downs under the manifestations in the dominant worldview. And over on number 30, humor is an essential tool for coping and survival. And that is, the scholarship shows that humor has that role. I don't think I ever got out of an inipi ceremony. People call them purification lodges, the womb that we go into and enter into an alternative consciousness and become more aware that we are spirits that are using this body as a tool for experiencing the wonder of life. And I don't think I've ever left one on Pine Ridge in South Dakota on the Oglala Lakota Reservation where I didn't come out with my stomach sore from laughing. And I'm talking about the lodge being done for very serious things: disappearing women, the death of loved ones, healings of all sorts, some really difficult topics that people were coming in to heal and mourn and pray for. But almost always there was some way naturally that the participants brought in humor. That, did you remember when Joe slipped on that banana peel kind of thing? And so I'm here in Mexico. I do lodges. I offer lodges for free for people that have healing or want to pray for the moon or whatever. But they're not indigenous folks. And so I've had people always, you can't come to my inipi ceremony without bringing a joke. So I just want to let you know that this has been in us, in our DNA. It is in our DNA, and it is so important. And but not to romanticize indigeneity. I'll tell a joke that's a typical Lakota joke that kind of makes fun of ourselves, and it was about a couple that was in Sedona, Arizona, where everybody goes to see Indians and to get the spirituality of Indians, right? And they go to Sedona and they rent one of these pink cabs that goes up into the red rocks, which are so beautiful, very sacred, because a lot of Apache and Comanche and Navajo and Hopi Indians will go up there and pray. So this one couple with their little child is coming up in the tent. And she says to her husband, "I really want to see a real Indian." And they come around the corner, and sure enough, there's a man, elder man, in his buckskin with a couple of feathers in his bandana, and he's got his ear to the ground, and he's listening. And he stops. He puts his hand up to tell the guy to turn off the motor of the taxi. And he yells out, one man in tuxedo, wearing tie, mustache, with beautiful woman, red-headed, wearing a diamond sequined dress, a big poodle dog. And he's saying these things as he's listening to the ground. And the wife of the man, the tourist family that was renting this taxi to go see in India, says, see, honey, I told you, these Indians are mystical, they're magical, they have deep insight into things. Look, he's describing, how is he doing that from listening to the ground? And the guy said, wait, they just ran over me. It's Indian humor. You might have to think about it a little bit. But, this is how we have to look at ourselves. And so I just want to let everybody know that, if you, to download the worldview chart, I'm no longer with the university. I'm offering a service now, teaching self-hypnosis and indigenous worldview for the ways to know how to transform. Because hypnosis is something that is a part of clowning. It's a natural thing that we've been taught by all the Abrahamic religions as something of the devil, so it can be used against us. But the concept of hypnosis is simply believing in an image when you're in a lower brainwave frequency, as in meditation. And we're put in this kind of meditation when we're entertained and we use our imaginations, which Einstein said is more powerful than knowledge. And then the directives that we get from it, from this hypnosis, are these ones that we need so badly, that everyone here has articulated so beautifully. So keep in mind this idea of self-hypnosis and how we are, this book that I just had that come out is called Hypnotic Communication in Medical Emergency Settings. When during times of fear we become hypersuggestible, but also during times of humor. And this is when we really can make the transformations that our world requires. So allow me to close with a Lakota prayer that talks about walking this road of flowing balance with all of our relations. The four-legged, the two-legged, the swimmers, the crawlers, the rooted ones. Otunkashila wakantanka namakompa matateho atupa unshima ka ahituayam kedo. Oyate oyasin unchi wichalapo na oichakiapo hechu wichozani washte unyo epiktido. Oyate oyasin chanku luto ochnamani oichakiapo. Ihani la ko wichohaki tu kasha the kiksuye. Metako oyasin.
There ain't no place I'd rather be. You're lighter than the sun and the stars to me. Everybody's family at the Clownvergence.